Hello, my name is Fox, and I'm still taking Avid Fox, and this is the newest episode of Wander Over Yonder, the Sick Day, and the Little Bit-ies? I'm gonna assume it was the Little Bit-ies. Alright, so we're gonna start with the Sick Day, because that was the first episode. This episode, I will say, really does kind of show a little bit more of, because again, Wander Over Yonder, Wander is kind of the quote-unquote epitome of being the good guy, like the most highest, like the most quote-unquote perfect, the quote-unquote perfect example of the nice guy, the good guy, the basically what you would majorly consider the good guy. And today he wakes up, and one day he wakes up sick, but he still wants to help people. And Sylvia says, "Lay down, buddy. I'll be able to help. I'll be able to help people out. I'll do your list." But Wander doesn't want her to do that. But later on says, "Okay, you can do it." But Wander doesn't let her do it. But he still goes around trying to help people, usually getting Sylvia hurt and slowly making Wander himself even more sick and sicker until he looks like Oscar the Grouch with bumps all over his face and looks like he's melting. And it was pretty cool seeing this, because I honestly believe Wander would do all this to the point to where whatever planet he's on, he would then feed, before breakfast, he would feed the entire planet. And by feed the entire planet, I mean plants, animals, quote-unquote civilizations, and so on. And then he would go on, I probably won't remember all of it, but then he'll go turn off Hater's alarm clock because it'll make him cranky. Then go to another, then like basically help out the entire galaxy by doing things like feeding plants or stuff like that. It's stuff like this. And it's actually pretty funny. I really do love all that. That was all pretty funny and pretty good. And I thought it was, and this kind of in a sense could be like a tale of, and then like even like toward the end where Wander says that he has to go to the center of the universe to catch up with Miss Margaret or something like that, and he says, and Sylvia goes, it won't be destroyed at the end of the world. Turns out Wander Over Yonder's galaxy kind of runs on the what mythology was it? I think it's Native American mythology. I think that might be it, where everything was created from a giant turtle. Because Sylvia goes to the center of the universe and finds Mrs. Margaret, and she is the all-seeing turtle of creation of this galaxy. And actually, I think there's a couple religions / mythologies based around the world starting with a giant turtle, and it usually is after a flood. Or like the world is overcome with water. Which then you can also tie back to Babylonian myths as well as, the biblical myths. But anyways, but Sylvia forgot to bring the snickerdoodles. And again, like, oh wait, I forgot to, before that also, Wander said that he put a cactus plant inside Dominator's guest bathroom. Turns out he didn't. He was dreaming it up. And also, I do like how you slowly see him where he basically he goes from three different things. He looks like Cheese from Father's Home for Imaginary Friends, the same guy made that show, to then that red guy with like the little arm and long arm who plays basketball, and then all the way to Oscar the Grouch, and like you slowly see him getting more and more sick to the point to where, and also Sylvia keeps getting hurt because of either the things that she's doing is either tiring her out, or she goes to do something dangerous like feed Captain Awesome's tigers, and then Wander walks in and sneezes and wakes the tigers up, or she has to turn off Hater's alarm clock 3 times, and on the 3rd time, Captain Tim doesn't maul her until Wander sneezes, and then she gets mauled. I like that. That was pretty funny. Then, after that fact, again, they actually go meet Miss Margaret. Sylvia forgets the snickerdoodles, and Wander has to like slug out of bed because Sylvia's been trying to tie him up harder into this bed with like rope, metal, and all this stuff. Finally, putting him in like basically in a box until he broke out of that. And this giant cosmic Wander sneezes while inside one of the bubbles, and it flies him all the way to the turtle. When Sylvia and the turtle are just having tea or whatever. And then the turtle, heals Wander, but I think he was still tired. And she was saying, "Oh, Wander, you're such a nice person and stuff. And Sylvia told me that you were sick, so it's all right. You didn't have to come." And she was saying, "It's always good for someone who always helps to ask for help." And then Wander says, "It never hurts to ask for help." And then he falls asleep. And then the turtle says, "Oh, I really don't even like snickerdoodles anyway." And so we're like, "Oh, eat them or I will get them out of my center, I will destroy the galaxy." And Wander and Sylvia eats the entire tin, and like it's the end of the episode. But that was actually a pretty fun episode. I really did like that one. And it goes again, like how I said, like Wander is like the epitome of the quote unquote good guy, which is good. But like episodes like these also show the downside to always being quote unquote good, or being like in a point to where you're helping people, but you are putting your own health at risk in a sense, or you're putting yourself at risk. And that's kind of like in a sense of then like that's kind of what this episode is kind of telling. It's saying it is always good to help, but don't do it at the risk of your own health, or don't do it at the risk of your own whatnot. Mind you, I say some things, yeah, you might want to, help someone for this reason, and it might not go against your best interest, but still you might want to help them. That's kind of a different topic, but that's a different topic altogether. And also it's kind of a recap of like everything in the universe, and also adding up that this turtle is the one who created the universe. She is the immortal turtle. And also that she can also destroy the universe. So most likely that will play a role in the finale with Dominator. That was all pretty awesome. That was pretty good. And again, like the whole thing is, it always hurts. It doesn't hurt to help, yes, unless it does start hurting you. It's to the point to where you can't help anyone else. So in that case, ask for help. It's not just like always be the quote unquote. Don't always think you could just do everything, even when you're getting hurt through the process. Do ask for help, and I like that one. That's a nice little tale. That's a nice little like what is it called when at the end of stories when they have a mean? I forgot what it was called, but yeah, pretty good episode. Then the next episode was what was the next episode? The Little Bit-ies, where it starts out with these little flower-loving little guys walking around. There's red ones and blue ones. They're like, yay! They're all happy and stuff like that. Until their ceiling pops open and Wander's like, hey there! And it turns out these guys are all inside this little orb, which is kind of like the thing from Men in Black, where it's like, inside that little orb is a planet. And like, Jay sticks his finger in it and they're all like, ah! Something like that. It kind of reminded me of. But really, what it did much. Hey, I'll tell you the setup first. Basically, they're going to this wizard who I believe is played by the dude who plays Cartman from South Park. I'm not sure. It sounded like him. But the guy is like quote unquote stereotypical. I say quote unquote, and I say stereotypical because stereotypes, stuff like that. LARPer. But he actually is a wizard and he actually knows magic. And he owns a magic shop, and they come to this wizard to ask him for something that will translocate Dominator to the other part of the galaxy. And Sylvia basically and he doesn't want people to touch that little orb or any of his stuff. So while Sylvia is going with this wizard, Sylvia is going, don't touch that, Wander. And Wander keeps on touching it to the point where the orb keeps on breaking. And the point to where the little biddies inside see Wander, and then at one point believe he is a god and kind of start talking from him. And then later on, the two sides, the red and the blue side, both build statues to honor Wander. And Wander's like, oh, wow, I'm touched. And then the blue side started dancing, and it's made the red side angry, and then went and burned the other statue. And I'm just thinking, are they talking about religion? And I'm pretty sure that's basically what it's supposed to be, especially later on as it continues. And like that one wizard guy keeps on trying to tell Wander to stop it, or like when he's giving Sylvia the runaround, and to the point till Sylvia takes a weapon and basically goes, "Give me the dang mirror that's supposed to send Dominator away." And the wizard's like, "Okay, fine. Here's the mirror. Go away now." And Wander has to leave the little biddies, but then Sylvia the wizard says that the little biddies can't know about the bigger world yet because they're too primitive and dumb, and what they don't know won't hurt them, and such like that. And Sylvia's like, "Come on, Wander, we have to go." And he's like, No, we have to help him." He's like, "Wander, we can't help them," and stuff like that. It's probably best that they don't know. It's usually, what they don't know doesn't hurt them. And that's a good thing, right? And Wander goes, "No!" And he runs back in, and Sylvia's like, wait, what? And she runs in after him. And this basically leads to, also, this shop is made, like, crazy stairs. So, like, they're going up and down different ways and stuff. It's pretty awesome. And Wander grabs the orb and basically fights with the wizard as they're going through it. The little orb starts breaking. And then Sylvia having the mirror that can send something to the farthest edge of the galaxy. I thought she was going to send the wizard away, because there was a point where like there's a struggle, but then in the end, Wander got the orb away and I believe threw it, and then it went through the mirror, and then it ended up, the orb broke off and the orb goes out into the universe, and the wizard goes, "No! No! They're too primitive, too dumb to understand. They're going to survive," and like they're all the little guys are having fun or whatever. And the first thing when I started watching like Wander be the quote unquote god of this world on accident, mind you, but still watching it where like he was also in the beginning kind of like saying like, "Oh, that's Betty and that's Bianca. They're brothers and sisters." But then they love what Bianca is all the way over there, and now they're together again. They love each other. When he started doing that, I'm thinking, well, fudge. This is the Adventure Time episode where Finn had all those little miniatures of his friends and he put them together. But then no, it turned into kind of a statement about the more you know. Because he even Wander says the more you know, the more you grow. And this, in a sense, is a little bit about like people hiding the quote unquote truth from you or stuff like that, where the little biddies don't know anything outside of their little dome. They see Wander and believe he's a god. And they even start religion, like a quote-unquote religion around Wander in 5 minutes. And then people started fighting each other over religion. And I'm just thinking, what the fudge? But then it also shows like, no, don't be stuck in just your type of thinking. Think outside of it as well. And then since that kind of at the ending where they see the entire galaxy and like their plan is slowly moving through the galaxy, learning about it all. And that's freaking awesome. That is an amazing little thing. And I'm pretty sure if this was a Rick and Morty episode, that little orb would then be smashed by a meteorite. But luckily it's not a Rick and Morty episode, so we have a nice ending. But that was a nice little thing that I liked. It's supposed to be basically saying don't be stuck in your own little dome of what you think you know or what you think. Try to expand it outward. Try to learn more about the universe. Try to learn more about the galaxy beyond what you just see. Learn about different cultures and all that stuff. See the galaxy. It's a nice little message, and I really do like that. And again, I thought it was going to be like the Adventure Time miniatures little episode, but it wasn't, which I extremely liked. It was not. They switched it around. It's kind of different from like a Steven Universe where like they like one episode he says, "Oh, you both are going to share half the barn. Here, let me draw the line in the middle of the barn." Instead of like that, and then like it totally just abandons that premise and then goes for something else, which I always love because that's always like, oh crap, they're gonna do a time thing where he goes back in time try to fix it. No, he goes back in time to then start a band. It's kind of like that. This was a similar thing. It started up like Wander was gonna piano play God with these little guys and like match these up, and then it's gonna end in war. But it does end up in war, but on accident. But then it also is basically just a fable or whatnot about, or a story about, think beyond your horizons. The more you know, the more you grow, the more you will learn about the universe, about the planet, about other people. And that is a nice little message, I thought. Yeah, those are the 2 episodes. I will say, though I do love watching Wander and Sylvia around the galaxy trying to find something to stop Dominator, out of all the newer episodes that have come out, really a majority of them have been Wander and Sylvia. It hasn't been following the format beforehand where it was Wander and Hater. Well, Wander and Sylvia, and then Hater and Peepers. So that does kind of stink in a sense. Like, yeah, we still see Hater, but I kind of want to know, what is Hater doing to try to stop Dominator after he said that he's going to try to save the galaxy? Like, I want to kind of see his plans to fight Dominator. Maybe they're saving that all for the end. But yeah, it does kind of stink, because then it kind of gets like a little bit of quote-unquote repetitive a little bit, if only with that, like, oh, they go to find something to stop Dominator. It's something they had inside them the entire time. Or something that could stop Dominator, but in the end doesn't stop her because they use it on something else, because the mirror was only a one-way trip and they can only use it once. So it's kind of something like that. Also, if they would have sent Dominator to another galaxy, she would have then went to destroy another galaxy. So, but that's kind of like, you know, leaving Zoom on Earth 2. But I haven't even uploaded those videos yet of the DC reviews. But yeah, it was a pretty good episode. These 2 episodes were pretty awesome. They each had nice fables. But again, yeah, they are getting a little quote-unquote repetitive with that bit where it's, we have to find something to stop Dominator. Oh, it's something that's been inside us the entire time. Or it's been, something like that. But they do at least have some things, like good messages within all of these stories. Which is the good part about all of that. Which is, again, the good part out of all of that is that, you know, good stories and so on. You have good quote-unquote metaphors for other things. It's pretty awesome. People fighting over religion. I keep bringing that up because, like, man, as soon as I saw it, I'm like, oh, I know where this is going horribly. Oh, jeez. No matter your beliefs or anything, I don't, it all, let me just not stop talking about that stuff. But, yeah, pretty good episode. Definitely want to see more. Again, Wander Over Yonder, they say Wander Over Yonder is going to be ending, I believe, this month. So, there's a link in the description below to a Wander Over Yonder petition. Sign it, so that way we get Wander Over Yonder for at least one more season. At least one more season. And the Evil Cube of Darkness appeared again, which was awesome. He's learning banjo lessons from Wander. But, pretty good episode. I definitely say check it out. Also, they did, like, the whole sock thing where, like, who's missing? Or somebody walks back to the giant stairs, cries, and goes, whose sock is this? And he goes, isn't that your sock? And it's Wander. Oh, yeah, that's funny. But, yeah, pretty good episode. Thank you also for watching. And watch all my videos that I've done. Please click the description below. Please check all my videos. Please be kind in the comment section. Don't swear at each other if someone says something that they don't like. Don't try to rile up other people. And don't say to ban other people. Banning is the last straw. Please, I'm sorry I have to bring this up here, but it's just for the comment section, it's been kind of getting a little bit routed up at some points. And again, don't insult people. Be nice. Be kind to each other. And if someone has a suggestion, don't just say, don't do that. Or if they say something that you don't like, don't swear at them or say something bad to them. Please don't. I want the community to be nice. I don't want it to be bad. But either way. And don't say to ban people again. That is the final, that is like the final straw. That is without it. That is like the straight up final straw. I'm not going to be doing that. But either way, pretty good episode. Hopefully y'all enjoy. Hopefully y'all enjoyed this. Thank you all so much for watching. Please check out all my videos. I'm going to go record a few other things right now, but either way, thank you all so much for watching. Please check out all my videos, and we will. See you later.